Hello, I'm Charlie Chittenden. On today's episode of Ghost in the Machine, we'll be trying to make contact with deceased celebrity Chevy Chase. Chevy appeared in some enormous 80s box office hits, such as Ghostbusters, Vegas Vacation, and The Invisible Man. I shall turn on the PSB-7, which is one of the most effective ghost boxes on the market, and we shall see what we can get as I go into reverse sweep. Are there any spirit beings present, please, that can bring forth the spirit of late American actor Chevy Chase? Chevy was born October 25th, 1942. Chevy went on to become very famous as an actor on the popular American comedy show Saturday Night Live. Chevy, do you have a message for your fans? How about a message for your family?
What are the similarities and what are the differences between Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson? You cannot compare the two because Michael Jackson was a musician and was the best at it, but really bad at basketball, while Michael Jordan was a basketball player, really good at it, but really bad at music and dance. They were both very rich and both African Americans. They are both incomparable and people that come once in a lifetime.
Budweiser, Corona, Modelo, Pilsner, PBR, Coors, Schmittix, Modelo, Dos Equis, Blue Moon, Guinness, Corona, Bud Light, Natty Ice, Stella, again, Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor, thou shalt not believe in another God. Just four. There's four. 4 commandments.
2, 3, 4.
Of the wonderful things that you get out of life, there are 4.
Where was Jesus' soul when he died on the cross? Did he go to hell? No, he was in Hades. What's the difference? Hades is the Greek word for Sheol, which is the Hebrew term that just means the place of the departed. It's a place where everyone went when they died, good or bad. Hell is different. Hell was originally the Anglo-Saxon term for Gehenna, which is the lake of torment that everything will be thrown into after the final judgment. But over time, the word hell gradually became more associated with Sheol, or Hades. So Jesus was in Sheol, not hell? Right.
Pineapple Express or Pineapple Express. Marked for death or out for justice. Cliffhanger or Basic Instinct. Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo, or Step Brothers.
You recording?
Yes.
Sam Kinison was born in Seattle, Washington on October 28, 1955. He was the middle child of Abel Kinison and Mary Kinison. Sam loved to play board games and was competitive at most everything he did. He was an intelligent student and his best subject in grade school was math. However, Sam got easily bored with school and ended up getting into trouble a lot. His parents kept him occupied with outside activities like Boy Scouts and reading science fiction books. When Sam turned 13, he would occasionally wake up sweating and shaking. One night Sam went to stay with his cousin and they had Chinese takeaway and watched a DVD. But that night Sam could not stop drinking, complaining of a really horrible thirst, and his cousin asked, jokingly, "What's wrong with you?" Sam thought he had a virus and that it would pass, but at work that week he was losing his temper and continued to feel bad. Suddenly he was aware of other identities inside of him, and the barriers between them were crumbling. The abrupt awareness of his many different selves warring inside him was overwhelming. How could he possibly find a way to accommodate them all?
I'm back, man.
As Sam grew older, he wanted to help other people like herself. He wanted to inspire them and give them hope. She spent much of his life working to raise money and awareness for people with disabilities, especially the deaf and the blind.
Hey, play Super Mario. I play this sometimes. See, look at that. Got killed by a Goomba.
The three traits are psychopathy,
narcissism, and Machiavellianism. So with all three of these traits, we see manipulation of different types, and then specifically with psychopathy, we see traits like being callous, unemotional, pathological lying, having a lack of empathy, remorse, or guilt. With narcissism, we see arrogance, a sense of entitlement, being envious, having fantasies of success and power, feeling special or unique, and it also has a lack of empathy component. And with Machiavellianism, we see someone who's ruthless, has a cynical view, and disregards conventional morality. So you can see there's some overlap, quite a bit actually, between these dark triad traits. And there's this theory that you can detect the dark triad traits just by looking at someone's face.
There was a snake in the yard. There were 3 men kicking a snake.
Let's not talk about it right now.
If I'm sharing love with the spirits, I don't call them voices so much, I call them spirits, but if I'm sharing my connection with them, and however that manifests, if it's energy that hurts me or is good for me, I find that what I give out is good energy, and so in some level, whatever comes back at me comes back as good energy too, even though it comes veiled in darkness sometimes.
Hello everybody. Today I want to talk to you about a very powerful number, and that happens to be the mighty number 9.
Walk up this way. What the hell was that, Booker?
You heard it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's right down there.